Hey guys, it's Raiella and welcome back to my channel. So yes, it's been a while, a long time, longer than I had hoped. I know, I say it every time, things are gonna get better, blah blah blah. I'm not even gonna mention it this time because I bet as much as I'm sick of having to say it and then failing, you guys are probably sick of hearing it. So yeah, we're back today with a build. It's my first proper, well, my first ever build with a tiny living pack on a tiny lot. It's a I did the middle tier, so it's a tiny home. It's probably unusual because I don't really do builds very often. It's mostly create a sim, but I actually really enjoy building, and this is probably one of my favorites. I say one of, it's probably my overall favorite build I've ever done. I just really like how it turned out. I felt confident that the exterior landscaping and the house actually looked good for once, because those are things I struggle with. But yeah, I like it. I'm happy with it, and I think it's going to give me a bit of a boost, I guess, to get back into building more, because I don't want to just do create a sim all the time, because I know for me it gets a little tiresome, and I'm sure it's the same for you. So yeah, we're going to get more into builds. I'm going to use things like floor plans, or maybe like pictures and stuff to give me the inspiration I need, or the help I need perhaps to get into building, especially with roofs and what roofing texture actually matches the walls. But yeah, that is the plan. I haven't been on YouTube very recently, but I have started back on Twitch. I know I was on Mixer previously, doing some streams there. That didn't really last very long because I realised Twitch is... I've already got everything for Twitch. Like, I've got the emotes, I've got the badges. It just kind of felt like I was wasting money. And yeah, because I wouldn't be able to use those in Mixer, I mean. So yeah, it feels better to be on Twitch. I'm having a lot of fun. I've done a few streams now. I have got a bit of a schedule in place, but it probably will have to change because I'm actually going back to, well, I say going back to, I'm starting to study the end of this month, actually, next week, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going to be studying to become a counsellor. So it's a few courses I have to do. It'll run for about 4 years, and at the end of it I'll be qualified to be a counsellor, so that's pretty exciting. I've wanted to do it for quite a while, but money's never been on my side, and I've just decided, like, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it, and it's always going to take 4 years no matter what. So if I don't start now, I'm just going to get older and older, so I'm going for it, and I'm really excited. Other than that, there is not really a lot else that's new going on. Yeah, the Twitch thing has been really fun. I'm loving it. I do hope that one day I will be able to do both YouTube and Twitch together with, like, no problems, but I know that's quite a while off, so I'm just going to keep doing what I can do for now, and hopefully things will look up and get better, I guess. So this video is quite long actually compared to the rest of my videos, because Create a Sim sped up takes like no time at all, 5 minutes maybe. This one did start quite long, so I did cut quite a few bits and pieces out that I felt were boring to watch. Like at the beginning I must have spent 10 minutes looking for windows with the colour that kind of matched the door. Other parts, I think parts of the landscaping I maybe cut out, because landscaping for me is very hard. I'm still not 100% sold on the landscaping in this build, but it's definitely better than anything I've done before, so I can't complain too much. I have to keep doing these things. Like, even when I play for my own, like, just myself, not on Twitch or YouTube, I don't build. I take stuff off the gallery because I am just not about building. But I want to change that, because building is fun and it's creative and it's different, especially when you are not so confident like me. So I'm going to force myself to do more builds, so that way it's a sort of variety on here on the channel, I guess. I also did I did a build on Twitch as well, and it didn't turn out so bad. So like, I kind of wish I had recorded it because I thought it turned out quite nice, but yeah, I didn't. So we're going to start fresh. This build, essentially, it is the tiny home, so I didn't actually have any trouble getting the size, like the number of tiles. I think I've got it pretty well. I don't know how I would do doing the micro, because that's extremely small, but it's not to say I'll never give it a go. But this build is very, like, I guess you could say it's 100% modern. Do you expect anything less from me? Most definitely not. So it's very modern, and it's very, I guess you could say, simplistic. It's mainly like blacks and whites and greys, very neutral colors. The only times you get like a bit of pop of color is maybe from paintings or some books or clutter lying around. Yeah, mostly black and white. I think it looks cool. This is a part I probably should have cut out, is me struggling to place these little like knives and herbs on the wall. I messed around and put them in so many different places. It's definitely not enjoyable to watch, but I thought at least keeping little bits in like that is not so bad, because then you can probably sense how my brain is working, getting confused with where to place these things. And this is also probably the only second time I've properly used the red shelf, and my gosh, is it a godsend. It is so helpful. Placing things like on top of the fridge or just placing them anywhere really, it's so helpful. I'm still not convinced that I'm using it correctly, because I struggle sometimes when I'm using it, but I don't know. I've managed to get it to work. I've managed to make it work in a way that I know. So that's good enough, I think. So with regards to the build, it is you can only fit 2 Sims in here. But obviously if you did want to fit more, you can upgrade it to just a small home rather than a tiny. You could build up, you could build back, sidewards, whatever way you want. I was actually, at the beginning, I was telling myself, okay, let's do a starter. And as I started building, I realized that's never going to happen. I mean, I think this house ended up being like 45,000 simoleons or something like that. So yeah, there is absolutely no way that this was going to end up being a starter home. But maybe that's something I can do another time. I was also wanting to do a base game, because I thought base game is always fun. It's a little bit of a challenge, but I do enjoy doing it. But then I wanted to do a base game tiny home, and it would be possible. I could do it with just using the set amount of tiles by counting, because I couldn't do it like tiny living residential, because that means people who don't have tiny living wouldn't be able to use it. So it would have to mean counting all the tiles individually to make it count as a tiny home, I guess. So it's something to think about maybe doing next time. But yeah, I started this thing, thought it was going well, and then I realized how much I was spending. I was like, yeah, there's no way. Also, love those lights. I didn't actually notice they came with tiny living until I was looking for lights for, I think, the lounge area maybe? No, it was above the PC desk area, and I was like, oh, this is really nice. I've not seen that before. And so I decided to use them all through the build. This is quite nice. With regards to like this part, I feel like I filled the space pretty well, but after a while, I noticed this looks so empty. I just worry that's why I can't do mansions, okay? You probably never, I say never, maybe one day you will, but the likelihood of it is very not high, because I cannot do mansions, okay? Empty spaces, I don't know how to fill them. I don't know what to put in them. I have literally no idea. So that's why I'm like, I could build a mansion. I could do all the main rooms, like kitchen, bathrooms, bedrooms, lounge, maybe an office. But when there's like huge like entryways and stuff, I have not a clue what to put in those. So I feel like that would be extremely challenging. I would need a lot of reference pictures to help with that, like a lot of reference pictures, because I don't know if my brain could handle just doing that. So yeah, this is the next part. It was getting windows to match, and I know those longer windows don't exactly have the same kind of blacky grey texture as the others, but they're not very close to them, so I thought it would be fine. And because it was kind of modern, I figured the big floor-to-ceiling windows would look the best. And here you'll see me struggling a lot, trying to place curtains in a position that I wanted. It just wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. I could swear I could have pulled them in like a bit closer without it not covering the side of the window, if that makes sense, but it wasn't working, so I just gave up and did it like that. But I'm really proud of the way this place turned out, and I hope that my building skills will continue to get better, because I do love building, and I hope that I can maybe research different styles and not always be stuck with modern. But saying that, the build that I did on Twitch was more traditional, and like there were some places colours didn't match, bit traditional, bit of older style furniture, and I really liked how it turned out. So I hope that maybe one day I can do something like that again. I definitely want to do more traditional builds because they are fun. And well, I say just traditional, I want to do a lot of things other than modern, because I need to challenge myself, and if I don't challenge myself, I will be stuck doing modern builds the whole time. So yeah, I will work on it. I will get inspiration from elsewhere. I'll look at pictures, floor plans, different styles online. I will get the hang of it. one day. And this is a little bit that I was like, what do I put? So oh, that's right, I tried to place the stairs and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't place the stairs, but it's because the door was in the way. So I cut that bit out, and I also cut out a bit where I used a railing and it took me so long to find like the matching railing. I didn't want to bore you with that, so I just cut that out as well. And this is me onto the landscaping. So landscaping is not my forte. You will see that rather quickly. I placed a lot of stuff and I deleted a lot of stuff, but I'm pretty sure that I cut that out of the video. I think the only thing that's left in the video is the parts that I actually like placed and then kept, because a lot of stuff I placed, deleted, placed, deleted. It was a lot of back and forth of me not knowing what on earth to do. This is the part also, like, I put trees down, but I feel like any trees I place always look so symmetrical, and I just know that's not completely realistic whatsoever. But again, takes time, patience, practice. It will come to me eventually, I'm sure. And with this build I also left, you will see at the end, not right now, but at the end I left basically no grass. I took away like all the grass because I was like, okay, well, we'll do this modern build. I know it's in Willow Creek and everywhere's got grass, but I figured for a modern place, they maybe don't have such a big yard. It's mostly all concreted over. And I personally just like the way that that style kind of looked without having a nice big garden. I did give him that little bit in the back with the barbecue and the table and stuff. So it's still got a little bit. But yeah, it's coming up to an end in a few minutes. So what I'll do is I'll leave you now just to watch me struggle and landscape, and you can tell me what you think, or if you've got any tips, I would love to hear them, absolutely. If you do want to catch me on Twitch when I'm streaming sometime, my name again over there is Raiella. It will be linked in the description, so you can go follow me there. But yeah, I'll have some screenshots at the end just so you can see up close more detail of how the house turned out, and I really hope you enjoyed this. This is not me promising... Okay, I will promise there will be more videos. I'm not gonna continue to say I'll be back and then not come back. I want to come back to YouTube because I love YouTube, I love streaming, I want to do both, and I'm gonna make it my mission to make that happen. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe. I promise there'll be more. You can also like the video, that would be super awesome. And you can also leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on the house. If you had any tips on certain things like landscaping or roofing that I mentioned I struggled with, it would be awesome to hear that. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the video and the screenshots, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!